Welcome back to Bold Predictions Podcast, coming at you with Week 3 NFL action. I'm that dude with the beard, and he's Mr. KC from the 813. And what do we got cooking this week?
Well, Mr. Do with that beard, we're gonna get into some weekly predictions for today. I believe we're gonna just go run through these games real quick and let you fans know exactly who's winning this week. As you guys know, we get a lot of bold predictions. You've seen like the Steelers beating Cincinnati,
Yes, sir.
or Seahawks beating the Broncos,
Yes,
the
sir.
Lions winning that last week, the
Yes, sir.
Dolphins pulling it off last week. We
Oh,
just
my
we
land.
just pull these out of nowhere and
I don't know.
magically make bold things happen. So that dude with the beard, why don't you kick us off? Hit us with what you got. What are the games this week?
Well, first things first, we got a special day coming up tomorrow. It's Thursday NFL action. Not to mention my birthday. Shout out, holler at me in the comments, like, subscribe. Just show us all the love. We appreciate all the love we got so far. We want to say that before we get into anything. I speak for both of when I say this is truly a blessing to be able to do this kind of thing and to have people rocking with us. But week one NFL action, we got a team that you already know that I'm excited about. If you guys been watching, it's a team that I'm high on. I picked them to win the AFC North versus a team who's also happens to be in the same division. And it may be a battle for supremacy. We'll have to see. But we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. And Mr.
Ooh,
KC from the 813. Tell me what you think.
well, that dude with the beard. This is an interesting matchup for me. I'm sticking with my preseason predictions, and I'm going Steelers over the Browns. You've been talking me into the Steelers. Last week, you tried to talk me out of them, and I should have listened. So this week, I'm praying and hoping that you're actually joining me in this crowd and watching the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the whatever Browns, whatever you want to call them. I think the Browns put up a good fight, but who do you got in this game? That dude with the beard.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going with the Blitzburg, lock your doors at night in the AFC North Steelers. Um, this game is just it's almost meant for them to win. It's coming at the right time. It's presented right. I mean, don't get me wrong; it'll be a testy situation just because of the situation on the defense. But like I said, this is Mike Tomlin we talking about, and I think Trubisky comes out and plays big because he already knows he's on the seesaw and this thing is tilting. Kenny Pickett's on the other side looking at him like, yeah, you was up here week
Hmm.
one, but week two kind of, I almost see you coming, and it's only a matter of moments, matter of time before we see my boy take over. And then we get to the Pittsburgh Steelers that I'm predicting to win the AFC North. But I'm going Steelers 100% with this pick.
Well,
Without a
since
shadow of
you're
a
the
doubt.
Steelers expert here, I'm thankful that you're joining me because if you didn't, I knew this pick was going to go wrong. So you guys can almost guarantee that lock this in. Let's go ahead and take the Steelers over the Browns.
Like
This
I
is going to be
said,
a lock if we're both going.
we got a lot of experience with these Steelers here in Kansas City. We've seen them a few times. They broke our heart a few times, and recently we got to step on the neck. So I know what they can bring to the table. And I mean, really, if you think about the last 10 years, they've kind of owned the North. You know, they're Jon Snow out there. If this was Game of Thrones, you know, so we'll have to see.
Right.
But I'm definitely going with them. Next, what we got for you, which I know is going to be maybe the hardest pick you'd have to make maybe this whole season because I'm not saying that you are high on these teams, but you're definitely beloved. And
Yeah.
we have the Buffalo Bills versus, I'm almost as far as to say, your Miami Dolphins. So, what do we got, Mr. KC, on that?
Yeah, and this is going to be an interesting game, and I'm excited for this one. This is going to be a fireworks matchup, and you're going to want to pay attention because we're picking the Dolphins. They down in the 813, we're watching Miami destroy every team. The Bills have been overrated. They've got that hype that they're the juggernaut that nobody can beat. But what they haven't ever done is handled that boy Tyreek Hill. And guess who Tua has this year? Tyreek Hill. Look, that man cannot throw a deep ball for nothing. But when Tyreek Hill's open, he's got 30 yards to let you catch the ball whenever you want to throw it to him. So pay attention, folks. This is the upset of the week, I believe. And I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. That dude with the beard, which way are you going with this direction?
Oh, man, I would almost follow you into that path because you've been high on Miami. You almost as intoxicated with Miami than you are with the Lions. But we'll get
More,
to them.
more, more,
Said more.
more, more. Give me the Dolphins
I'm
over the Lions every day of the week, and the
I'm
Lions won
going
for
to
me
go
last week.
with folks. This is the boldest man in Florida. So I I'm going with the Buffalo Bills though. I hate to do it because I have neither one of these teams winning it. I still believe Belichick. We'll talk about that. I'm gonna go with the Bills. You have the better quarterback. You have the better coach. You have the better defense, and I think this is the game that's going to show your boy Tyreek Hill exactly how much he misses Pat Mahomes because yeah, you're getting off now, but when you come across these Buffalo Bills and you don't have 15 slinging you the rock like you talked about how you was going to get down there with Tua, even though you're forgetting the guy who threw you the ball that you caught it right in the breadbasket and took you 70 yards. We're not talking about all the drops you had, but neither here nor there. He won't get that kind of hype on our podcast. Um, I'm going
Uh,
with the Bills,
this
100%.
just lets me know I need to work on my Dolphins sales pitch a little more, folks. As you can see, I almost got that dude with the beard with me, but I can't get him with the Dolphins yet. And
Not
after the
yet.
Dolphins beat the Bills this week, guarantee
We'll
you he's
talk
hopping
about
on
it.
the train with me next
We'll,
week. We'll
we'll
see about
definitely
you. All
talk
right,
about it.
I feel you.
No, I got you here. Next, folks, what we got on our list here, we have the Cincinnati Bengals on to Burrow versus the Jets. Don't even have to say the last two.
Jets.
You know what you see. You know what time it is. And if you don't mind, I'm going to take the lead on this one, and I will get your opinion after because I'm so bold with this pick. The New York Jets are going to hand the Cincinnati Bengals their next loss, not dub. It's a dub for the Jets. It was Sam Darnold. It's a dub for the Jets. They're here. They're almost in New York. It's almost on its way back. That's all I'm gonna say. Them, them as a football stays on their way back. They already got more wins than the Bengals, so you can't tell me that they couldn't get another one over them. Joe Burrow deleted all his social medias and all this stuff talking about he's got to get back to football. Well, shit, you was in the Super Bowl. You should have never left. Pat Mahomes never left. Josh Allen never left. You see what I'm saying? I've got the Jets. Who do you have, Mr. KC? I'd like to hear.
Well, it definitely ain't the Jets. And I've been wrong on every Cincinnati pick I've had this year.
And I'm almost glad that you're going with him. It sounds like
Yeah, because I definitely believe if it's Zach Wilson or Joe Flacco, neither one of them are the quarterbacks to beat Joe Burrow. Okay.
definitely Zach Wilson. Yeah, and I said Sam Darnold. I'm sorry about that earlier. Just excited about
Oh
the
yeah,
Jets
yeah, yeah.
to the folks. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry about that.
don't worry about it. We all make mistakes. So Sam Darnold might be the better option at this point. Um,
For the Bengals. Oh,
for the for the Bengals. Oh, oh, it's so dirty. Joe doesn't deserve that.
he
Maybe he
doesn't
does.
deserve as much praise as he gets either.
Yeah, that ain't no lie. But yeah, I'm being the safe media pick that Vegas tells me to do and pick Cincinnati so they can take my money for the third week in a row. And I can just smile and say Joe Burrow, the Coolo, or whatever they're
Joe
calling that
Cool,
kid. Joe
the new
Cool,
Joe
yeah.
Cool. That's why the
Yeah.
Jets. Hmm.
It'd be cool if he puts money back in my pocket this week, Joe.
Mm. Well,
Hmm.
we know who he's going with on that, folks. I mean, we'll see what Cincinnati can do if they can pull out the gritty win, but we'll see if the Jets handles business. The next one I got for you here is a battle of two teams who I feel like need a win desperately. A team who I picked as a wild card, and a team who I think honestly could still win their division, but they'll just have to show us. We have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Tennessee Titans. What
Ooh.
do you think about that, Mr. Casey?
Oh, this is such a funky matchup right now. Tennessee's off to a really rough start.
Horrible.
Uh, yeah, I got mollywopped. It was kind of embarrassing to see. I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't fully expect that. And the Raiders gave up the game to the Cardinals, which I did predict correctly. So I'm real glad the Cardinals came through for me last minute in overtime. But I don't think the Titans are going to take it to overtime, and I'm going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders and say that they come back together, regroup, and pull off a win finally once they manage to figure something out.
And
Who do
I'm
you
right
got
there
on that?
with you. No, yeah, I'm right there with you. I've got the Raiders, of course, in this game. I believe this is another enough jail time to really have this thing rolling because if you're gonna fight for a playoff spot, especially in the AFC and AFC West at that, you got to start getting wins under your belt. Everybody else has a win so far, I believe. It's time for the Vegas Raiders to get one under the belt so they can get on that path to second place because we all know how this ends in the AFC West.
Yeah.
But I would like to see the Raiders go ahead and handle business against Ryan Tannehill. I honestly believe Derek Carr is the better quarterback. It's not
Oh, by a country mile, and that's a pretty long mile.
like the Raiders in this one.
Yeah.
So for our next game here, we have the New Orleans Saints, which is another interesting team to me, versus probably the most interesting team to me, the Carolina Panthers.
Oof.
Now, if you don't mind, I've been kind of torn on this one. 'Cause I've honestly been stewing over it. I mean, the Saints, and then we got the Panthers. I,
Right.
I, I so want Baker to succeed. It's crazy. I'm thinking that he can get these Panthers rolling and he can get the job done. So I am going to go with Carolina in this game. Like I said, this is kind of a must-win game for them. I mean, the Saints they pulled out a nice win, so I think this is the time where Baker's like, "Hey, you guys, I'm here. Let's really show the league what we can do." Because, like I said, I mean, they also have a chance to win their division. They have a
Right.
stellar chance if they can get the ball rolling now. So I like the Panthers in this game because it's kind of a must-win for them. So who do you have, Mr. Casey? What's your mind on that one? Your opinion?
Yeah, my mind's telling me to go with the Saints. I think that they're a better football team. I think they've been clicking better, and I'm real high. I've been high on the Panthers all season, but I think I'm going to stick with the Saints here. They've figured out football so far, and I'm losing a little faith in Baker. He's not doing what I needed him to do and what I expected him to do, and it's a lot rougher start. It would be imperative that he got the ball going. He really needs to for the Panthers. Someone's going to lose their job really if he doesn't get his stuff together. But as much as I want to go with the Panthers, I'm going to stick with the Saints. Good quality football team, and I think it's a safer pick. And for that reason, I got a feeling Vegas is going to get me because there's going to be too much money on the Saints, and then the Panthers are going to pull it off. And it'll be the one time I did pick them to win and lose money on them. But it is what it is, and I'm going to leave with the Saints and old Jameis Winston.
Okay, not mad about it. I definitely understand. You make some solid points in regards to that because Baker hasn't proved himself yet, but I honestly think this is the week to do it. Saints is coming off that L to Brady. It's a lot of
Hmm.
prove-it games coming up against the Saints, and hopefully they can prove that they can stop somebody. So the next game I got for you here, we got the Baltimore Ravens against the team I picked to win the in the AFC's the New England Patriots and Mr.
Oh,
KC from the 813. Tell me what you think.
well, that dude with the beard, I'm here to break hearts, and especially yours, because the Patriots
Ooh,
ain't winning this game. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
okay.
they are not the team to win this one. The
Mm,
Baltimore Ravens played a real tight game against the Miami Dolphins in a game they should have won.
mm-hmm,
The Ravens are the better team. This is going to the Ravens. I don't trust Belichick with his hot garbage of a roster. And all the Patriots fans can leave their comments about how Pro Bowl Mac Jones is going to save the day and all this. And they're going to wait to hear your blessings upon them. And I'm excited to hear this Patriots take that I'm about to receive in my life. So
you see,
that dude with the beard,
I just
let
put,
me.
I just, I just put on the bishop robe, and I'm coming to bless these Patriots and thank them because they will deliver an L unto Baltimore, unlike they've seen. And I'm telling you, this thing is getting rolling. They're 1-1. They're in the neck. They're in the thick of the race to win the AFC East. Belichick is getting this team rolling. Once they got that win, I really believe this is going to be a cascade effect. It's going to start the train. Baltimore will bounce back after this L, but this isn't the game that they do it. I've got the New England Patriots winning this game. Boston, stand up, grab your clam chowder. Don't listen to Mr. KC because he doesn't know what I know. And like you said, Pro Bowler Mac Jones is going to get the job done. He's not an MVP, but he is a Pro Bowler. He'll get it done and he'll show the world. We're going to see. But I got the Patriots through
Oh,
and through. Through and through. Yes, sir.
yeah, I knew it was coming. There's not a chance. I'm gonna have to wait till about week 7 before we get a non-Patriots pick. I think you're
Hey,
gonna finally become a believer. But all the Boston people, he holds church every Sunday and accepts 10% donations from the likes of
I'm trying to tell you.
the Reverend Patriot over here. He
And
could
I
use
take
it,
right. I
especially
take out.
after losing that first week pick with the Patriots.
Look, and bounce back is good. That's all I have to say about that. The ball
Right.
is rolling.
Yeah.
Cause,
Hey, they did
ha,
last week.
the-
You got him right last week, and I didn't believe him then either. So
right. Because all I'm gonna say is, who got more wins right now, Mac Jones or Joe Burrow?
true, true. But he
So,
ain't playing no Joe Burrow. He got that
hey,
dude
right?
Lamar.
Because they
Lamar.
right. Because yeah, they'll get an easy win facing Burrow on them. You're right about that. Huh.
Right.
So
Yeah. I might go with you there. That might be a good. That might be a better chance.
no, I got you here. So the next pick here, I'm sorry, the next pick, the next game here, I want to hear your pick on. We got a team who you're completely infatuated with, and everybody who's been watching knows it. We got the Detroit Lions against the team who I picked to win their division, the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm
Oof.
so interested to hear your take on this one. So I will let you take the floor, sir.
Oh, this is a tough one for me because I also picked the Vikings to win the division. And I've been real high on them. And this is not a primetime game, which is exactly where you want a Vikings team, is in a non-primetime game. However, however, that beautiful lady gave me her phone number last week.
She
So
did.
go ahead and strap in, folks. So I will go ahead and call her, see if she wants to go to the movies, and see if I can't get them Detroit Lions to take me out on a nice little romantic little dinner and win me a one more game, so I can still stay on the bandwagon
Mm,
because it's still kind of rocky. I didn't feel good after the close first week, and it kind of disappointed me. Let me know what Lions fans felt for decades, but I'm going Lions. That dude with a beard. Now let's talk some sane people football. Well, who are you picking for this team for this
without a
game?
shadow, without a shadow of a doubt, you know I am rolling with the Minnesota Vikings. There's just no way they lose this game to the Lions. I think that well, any given Sunday you can lose, but I think it's highly improbable that they lose to these Lions. I believe this will be a get back on track game for them because honestly, they should be 2-0 right now. And Kirk Cousins, he had a bad game, but that is who Kirk Cousins is. In opportune times, bad games, but against this team in this division, I got the Vikings. Go ahead. It's probably going to be a runaway. Honestly, I,
Yeah,
I, I think I think they win by two plus scores, maybe two,
two,
touchdowns, field goal, maybe
two.
17-point kind of range.
Oh man, I really. Oh, there's a good chance you're right. Oh man, oh man, this is making me nervous. Oh,
Oh,
Lions fans, please don't hate me, but I'm nervous. I'm not used to this losing football. I'm a Chiefs fan. I kind of am, but I've been through it. I hope the Lions can do it. I'd feel a lot better if this was a primetime game. If this was Sunday night, I'd throw so much cash at the Lions. But this week, I'll just keep the money in my pocket and root from the side.
yes, sir. I think that's going to be your best bet, but we will find out. Like I said, it could shake either way. Next game I got for you here is a team that I'm real high on versus a team who I feel like, uh, maybe. We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders.
Oof.
And this kind of game, I would usually say would shake either way, but I've been on the train. I'm gonna stay on the train, and I believe that these Eagles are gonna fly, and they're gonna fly right over Washington like, oh, you command nothing here. What is a commander to an eagle? I'm in the sky on it. I think Jalen goes for about 350 yards on him. I think it's going to be a kind of a devastating game. I don't see Washington even keeping this competitive. Honestly, they can prove me wrong, like I said, any given Sunday. But the way the Eagles look right now here, I'd be hard pressed to think they're going to lose this game. Jalen's balling.
Yeah, and I'm gonna join you right on that. That little fly, birdie fly, or whatever the seagulls do, or the
Ooh,
Eagles. Sorry.
ooh.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is the better quarterback. The Eagles have been on fire. It's hard to deny them. I don't have faith in the Commanders. It's a rivalry game. They're gonna play tough. They hate each other. And Vegas is probably gonna say there's too much money on this game, so they're gonna let the Commanders win. But I'm not gonna risk taking the Commanders in this pick because I think the Eagles just have that much squad.
Yeah, I think the roster hands down is light years above what the Commanders have available. The Commanders are scrappy. They're a chippy kind of team. They're
Hmm.
kind of the team you don't want to play at the end of the season because they can knock you out the playoffs if you're trying to play to get in. So
Oh, for sure.
I still like the Eagles in this one, and we shall see. We're in agreement that we have an accord, as they would say, on these Eagles in this situation. The next
Right.
game, which I'm sure you're going to have a real strong opinion on here because I kind of know where you're already going with this one. We have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Indianapolis Colts and Mr. KC from the A13. Granted, folks, he's in Florida. Mr. KC, who do you have winning this game?
Well, that dude with the beard, nobody needs to buckle up for this one. There's not a chance in God's green earth the Colts win this game, folks. There's not a safer bet this week. I know I'm a homer. We all love the Chiefs. Everyone loves the Chiefs. But this is the Colts can't beat a wet napkin. They could have beat the Texans. They are not beating MV Pat and the rest of the company with the Chiefs. That dude with the beard, please give me that beautiful sermon of how the Chiefs are going to win this game.
I did it for New England, so I got to put my robe back on. Here, I got to let the folks know Patrick is about to come and bless these Colts. He's about to give them the proper send off that they deserve. I'm still firm on the Colts later on in the season. Maybe they just need more time to get gelled. Honestly, believe that this will be the game to turn them around. I believe that they'll try to fight in the beginning, but honestly think that the Chiefs are going to just put their foot on their neck and not look back, especially because of what's going on with Willie Gay and the defense right now. They're going to come out with more urgency, more seriousness than what we saw in the last game, where they kind of just was taking it easy on the Chargers. Seemed like I think that this game is going to be totally different. Like we can't afford to come out slow. I think that the Chiefs are going to hit them in the mouth, hit them early. Sky Moore has a big game this day, I believe. I think this is going to be his welcome to the NFL game.
Yeah, I fully expect Pat Mahomes to be out of this game. Third quarter, 5 minutes and 32 seconds left. Like that's the kind of I can't make a bold prediction about the Chiefs winning. So the boldest I can pull off is how early is Pat Mahomes leaving this game. Uh, he should have been pulled out after the first half, but Pat Mahomes is a competitive man, so I'm going 5 minutes, 32 seconds left in the third. And that's the
Ooh.
best I can do for you guys for a bold take.
Oh man, you talk about bold. I mean, yeah, it's a bold take, but it's a safe take because I mean, you got the MVP, MV Pat, Super Bowl champion, and going against Matty Ice, and like I say, he's still trying to figure it out. I like Matt Ryan, like I said, in the Colts later on down in the season. Like I said, they're a prime contender for the South because the South is still open, especially like I said with who's playing down there. Um, so getting back to the schedule though, the next game I got for you, which is really a game if you want to call it, but it could be. We got the Houston Texans against the Chicago Bears.
Oof.
And Mr. Casey, I will
Oh,
defer to you for this first one and see what you think on that one.
I almost would have rather have you gone first so I can prepare prepare myself. Oh Lord. Oh, I think I'm gonna go the Chicago Bears. I don't. The Texans are a tougher team than I had anticipated. They got a lot of fight in them, but so do the Bears. I thought they were going to struggle this year. And Justin Field hasn't. Yeah, still got some
Flashes.
room to grow, but I like the Bears on this one, and I almost want to pick the Texans for an upset because I think Vegas is going to be looking for one, and this is a
Oh,
prime location for one. But I think they're a safe pick and the best. I'm going with a better team with the Bears.
well,
That dude with the beard. What are we
I'm
looking at?
I'm going to issue a spoiler alert. This isn't the upset of the week. This is a guaranteed dub for the Chicago Bears. I told you folks back in week one that I was going to be riding with these Bears, and this is the week going forward that I do because I don't see at all the Bears losing this game. The defense is considerably better than the opposition's offense that they'll be facing. Um, the Bears' offense is better considerably than the defense that they're going to be facing. I can't see how this could shake out to be a shootout. Granted, like I say, it's the NFL any given Sunday, but I think
Right.
Justin Fields leads his team to victory, and I almost want to say this one is probably maybe a 38-14 win. You know, I'm thinking that they
Yeah.
could pile up the points on them because really, who do they have that's going to stop them? I mean, the Texans just there. I'm not impressed by them at all. What are they? They have one loss and then one tie. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Hey, that tie was impressive. I did not
it's
expect them.
impressive that they
Yeah.
did get blown out. That was impressive,
Yeah.
but that's where the train stops for me.
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you. I got the Chicago Bears, and without a shadow of a doubt here. Now, this next game is the game that I have picked personally as the NFL upset of the week. And I will start off if you like, or I can name the
Please.
teams and defer to you. Sir,
Please.
we have the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Los Angeles Chargers. And I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game. I told you that I was going to be riding with the boy Trevor Lawrence. There's not a question about it for me. Both teams are 1-1. I feel like Trevor is getting the ball rolling down there in Jacksonville. I feel like the run game is enough to carry them over, and I feel like the Chargers don't run the ball enough to win the game. Um, If Keenan Allen's back, it may make a difference. We'll see what happens on Sunday. But I mean, Justin Herbert's hurt week to week situation with the ribs that he suffered in Kansas City. So considering all the factors, I have to go with the young boy Trevor Lawrence.
And you know what? I'm glad I let you go first. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you got to take someone's homework and be like, yes, this is
He
exactly
might be.
why I
Yeah. Let me
double
check
check
those
your
notes.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in my head I wanted to go with the Chargers. There was a much better squad. They got a better team. And then I remembered that Herbert got destroyed. He couldn't physically walk 5 feet to a first down. I believe you made a smart and educated decision by letting these fans know. And this is exactly why you come to this show to watch and
Exactly.
be entertained and get these bold predictions. And I was going to be like the rest of the NFL and say, hey, you're crazy. It's the Chargers, obviously.
You're down in
But Herbert got,
Florida. You got to know the
yeah,
energy. It's
yeah. And
Jacksonville, baby.
Duval County,
Yeah,
it's going to stand up and be excited when they pull off this upset.
I
So,
think
folks,
so.
pay attention to this one because the Chiefs destroyed Herbert. He's going to have a rough go for a few weeks. And I think you let him, he might be good in the first quarter, but let's see how he plays in that second half after he's been hit a few times. And if I
Exactly.
was Jacksonville, don't stop hitting him.
Don't
Just,
stop standing under
just,
pressure.
just lay the wood.
Yes, sir. So it sounds like we're both in agreement. We both have Jacksonville in this game. You can go with
Yes,
Jacksonville.
now that I've cheated off you, yes, we are both in.
Okay. Well, look, we can be in agreement. That's what we're here for. Sometimes we gotta agree. Uh, Next game I got for you here. We have an interesting matchup. Potential firework matchup. We have the Super Bowl champion Rams against the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, oh, the NFC West showdown.
Hmm.
Well, if you haven't been paying attention, folks, you might have a clue who I might be going with on this one. This is who I'm coming to the conclusion they're going to win the AFC or the NFC West, and that is going to be the Cardinals. I like them after they destroyed the Raiders and that big comeback. They realized they're starting to they watched Pat Mahomes and Murray took some notes. He's ready to go up against these Rams and get that dub. That dude with the beard talk some sense into folks. What are we going with this week?
If you've picked anybody else but the Super Bowl champions in this game, I would need to see what's in your cup. I need to see if you drop something down and a little something, but we won't speak on that kind of thing. I need to see what's going on with you. Because if you really think that these Cardinals are about to beat these Rams, I really need to know your mental. Because I really believe like these Rams, they showed last week, at least on the defensive end, that they're back. I think that this is an easy run the ball down your throat game for the Rams. I believe their offense is too creative to lose to the Cardinals. I mean, because that defense on the Arizona side, I wouldn't even call it feasible. I mean, you won a scrappy game with the Raiders. Like the Raiders has been in a lot of scraps. That's what's going to make them the perfect wild card team. We'll get that's on another subject. But you took a full throttle teeth kick in week one. You got lucky week two. If you come out week three and really put your foot on their neck and show me something, then I'll be more inclined to hit this Cardinals bandwagon. But these are the Super Bowl champions. I honestly believe they still have their division on lock. You already know I picked them to win it. I'm going with the Rams in this one.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a good pick. And folks, when they start paying me, I'll let you know when what type of drink it is. It's a
Right.
good one though.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be strong. I'm gonna say that. The next game we have here is a battle of quarterbackship. People who are argued to be the greatest or the talented or this and this and that. It's not new generation. We got the last of the old guard, in my opinion. We have Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against A. Ron and the Green Bay Packers. What do
Oh,
you think about that, Mr. Casey? I gotta know.
Well, all these 813 numbers are up there for a reason, and that's because I don't like Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a tough one for me. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay just because I'm a little nervous without Mike Evans, but I think Tampa Bay's got they've got Tom Brady. So it makes me feel a little safer going that direction.
Julio.
Uh, yeah, and Julio. I'd really like it if Mike Evans was there. It's really making me nervous on this pick because he's not.
Yeah, that
And
suspension, yeah, being upheld. I saw that earlier. It's just, yeah, a lot of things
yeah,
going on suspension wise in the NFL. It's getting crazy.
yeah, I just don't trust Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers this year. It's not their season, and I'm going with Tampa Bay. Who you going with? That dude with a beard?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like I said, Aaron is ready for his sabbatical. The Vikings are going to run away with the North, so I mean, I don't see him even getting a wild card spot. I don't think the Packers bring enough to this Tampa Bay team to even be as far as a real battle. I really believe this might be the weekend for blowouts. I believe Tom Brady might hang up some great numbers on on the Buccaneers, on the Packers, because shit, he always do. Last time we saw him face off, what happened? Good night, Aaron.
Right.
We'll see you later. So I got the Buccaneers. I'm right there with you. Florida, stand up. Uh, we I'm here with you, man. I'm flabbergasted to think anybody outside of Green Bay would pick the Packers to win. So
Yeah, but that's one of the things that makes me nervous about it. So if you're betting this game, don't bet it. Just let it play and
just
enjoy
let
the
it, yeah,
show.
just leave it right. Leave that one alone. Um, Next game we got here, I'll take the lead on this one because I'm kind of interested to see what happens because I think both of these teams could fairly be feasible, at least enough to make noise enough during the regular season. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh.
And so I was kind of torn on this one because I've really been waiting for Mariota to really come on and show us. Gino showed us week one he was getting it done, but then they took a L week two. That's the NFL. But I might be wrong, and it's the first time y'all ever hear me say this. But I'm gonna go with the Falcons, and this is gonna be if like he said, if this pretty girl don't give me her damn number, I am done. There's no more flowers. There's no more candies at the door. No more sweet sonnets written. It's over. Marcus, if you're gonna go to Mark if you don't win this game, I need you to pull out what I've been trying to tell these folks about you, man. Because I believe you're better than a lot of other quarter. I believe you could be number 15 or 14 in the top 15. There's not a lot of many guys who I really think are better than you who are outside of elite. I got the Falcons, and I'm hoping they're proving me right. Even though I like Seattle, I like Pete Carroll. I've got to go with the Falcons. This is a must-win game for them. Who do you have going with this one, Mr. KC?
Well, the Falcons have never even passed me a note or even waved at me or smiled or nothing. But I think the Seahawks got their one big win versus the Broncos, and they kind of sold their soul to do it. So I'm going to avoid the Seahawks on this one, and I'm going to join you with the Falcons. I think I'm just going to look at the quarterback matchup here, and I think Mariota. I'm a little lower on him than you. I think he's a
Hmm.
solid like 20 to 25 quarterback,
Hmm.
but Geno Smith could be number 33 or
30.
35. Like you might find some backups around the league like Jimmy G, who are
Man,
actually a better option than Geno Smith is. But
man,
Geno Smith got the job. So I'm
right.
gonna lean towards Atlanta and say and join you on this one and say the Falcons and hope that you get their number because it'll benefit the both of us.
Because everybody know Atlanta's my second home. If you don't give me your number, girl, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. We're no more Stone Mountain, no more Coca-Cola factory. We're not going to the underground. We're not going to Buckhead to shop. We're done. We are done. Next game I got for you here. Interesting. You talk about Jimmy G. We got the Jimmy G
Mhm.
49ers back versus the Denver Broncos.
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
and
this is a
I've
fun
got
one.
to start this one because my tongue is
Please do.
burning. I have, without a shadow of a doubt, the Jimmy G 49ers. They are back. I wish Trey Lance the best. I hate to see people go down, especially when they were so high on him. But like I said, shit, Jimmy G's took this team to the Super Bowl. He almost took them back to the Super Bowl last year. I've got the 49ers winning this game. This, if anything, I hate for it to sound this way. This is an upgrade for San Francisco. San Francisco is about to show Denver what time it is, and Denver will take another L. They got lucky last week. I believe the buck stops here. They take another L, and as is the story of the Broncos. Who do you have going in this one?
Well, one of my favorite things to do in life is just to piss off Broncos fans. So I hope they're paying attention. Jimmy G might actually be a better quarterback right now than Russell Wilson because you don't know. You don't know what
Man,
he's got in him left. But what we do know is he's a winning quarterback. And like
man,
you mentioned, it's probably an upgrade over Trey Lance. I'm excited to see Trey Lance come back next season strong and healthy and ready to show the NFL what he can do, but they have the proven asset in Jimmy G. And there's
exactly.
been nothing but disrespect on this man's name for no real reason.
For
He's
real,
been to the Super Bowl, and like you
man.
mentioned, almost made it back again. He might be the turnaround this season that the Niners need to
And we
make it
might,
back.
and we may
And
have
actually,
another Kansas City, Arizona Super Bowl. I mean, Arizona, Kansas City 49ers Super Bowl.
yeah,
Oof, we'll
yeah,
see.
I want to remind the Broncos fans why I have you for this last little second because we're definitely gonna not give you any time. But just remember, folks, Russell Wilson's only there until he's 40. So hope you enjoy this high quality quarterback play that you guys have gotten. This
Right.
great winning quarterback that's gonna lose to the backup Jimmy G.
Yeah, they're trying to count on the parent Broncos give everybody a farewell tour if you're quarterback. They're trying to count on the Russell Wilson farewell tour, and I just don't think it happens. He's not a good
Yep.
old boy, so we'll have to see on that one. Um, the last game I got for you, and this is one I've been waiting to talk about. We got the Cooper Rush Dallas Cowboys against the recently back New York Giants. Mr. KC, talk to me, man. What we got?
Well,
Talk to me.
well, I hate to let y'all folks know if you did not pay attention last week, I've got to eat crow. This is I talked so much stuff on the Giants just to look like a fool. This man tried to warn me. He tried to tell everybody. He gave his little sermon. We all listened. I fell asleep during it. I didn't listen. I said, "Wake me up when we get the little bread and a little wine. Ready to
Ooh,
have a good time."
communion, y'all.
And I'm gonna take what a wise man once told me and say that the Giants are back. Let me eat my crow. They are back. We're gonna pick the New York Giants in this game. Who that
Yes,
dude with the
sir.
beard? Please tell me I went the right way here.
Hold on. This is gonna be the last time I put the robe on today because we have Deacon Saquon Barkley coming in, and he's gonna run up a storm in Dallas. I got the Giants winning this game. Dallas defense played great last week. I think that kind of performance is going to be hard to replicate. I don't think that their offense is going to be enough, was going to generate enough points to beat these Giants because the Giants defense hasn't looked too shabby. I mean, granted, considering that Dak is hurt, you give a point off for that. But I mean, they won last week. Honestly, they kind of look better with the backup than they did with Dak. But Giants is 2-0. I'm gonna go with the hot hand with D Jones and Saquon, and I think that the ball keeps rolling. And the Giants are back, Baker. Like I said, like I told you, football is better when the Giants are back. New York, stand up. When I get out there, I need a chopped cheese. I'm going to the bodegas. We getting it cracking. I'm coming. New York Giants, you'll see one hanging up here soon. I rock with y'all. Let's do it. Bring it back. Bring it back. Big Blue. Let's go. Yes,
I,
sir.
I, I hope the Giants fans truly deserve this blessing because it was very unexpected for me. And this man's may be a believer after talking that and looking just so foolish on this recording. I couldn't believe I did it to myself. I was adamant that they were not back, and here we are, both picking the Giants this week.
2-0, baby. I know it's early,
Ooh,
but hey, 2-0 nonetheless. There's a lot of teams that don't even have a win yet. So
right.
there's that. That's it for this week of far as picks go, everybody. But I do have a question from Mr. KC. We'll just have a little question portion and then we'll wrap it up here. Um, Going into week 3, who do you think are your top 5 teams? Who do you have
Uh,
right now? On if we had a bold predictions power ranking, what would be on Mr. Casey's top 5?
my top five would probably look something like this. It would be the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe they are the most stable squad. They've already shown that nothing can make a hiccup in this train that we have. After
Okay.
that, I'm going to go with Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
I believe they've shown they're a real solid squad. I don't like them, but they're a legitimate team. They came to play. And then after that, we start getting into a different level of football, and this is where it starts getting real dicey. Number three is actually going to be the Miami Dolphins. This is going to shock a lot of people, but I think people are sleeping on them. They're not believing the hype. They're not listening to me when I tell them that the Dolphins are this team. We
Both
seen it
hands are on
last
the
week.
wheel right now.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
buckled in.
And I know that might be the highest anybody's ever put the Dolphins in the top five in a long, long time. But
Number
they
3.
deserve to be on a top five, and I'm going to put them on mine. After that, I think
Okay.
we got to start looking at some NFC teams, even though the AFC teams are so loaded. And I'm going to go ahead and give a blessing to the Arizona Cardinals and let them know that I'm really here for you guys and that I believe the Cardinals are an underrated team. They
Mhm.
showed it with the comeback against the Raiders. This was just some fluky stuff. You know, they had some tough talent with the Chiefs and couldn't do it. So we're going with them. And
Mm.
then to round it out, you're probably looking at something like it gets real funky after there, and it makes me nervous. But I'm actually going to go with the Eagles. I think they're kind
Ooh
of underrated here.
wee.
And if I'm going to go number five, I'm gonna go. Let's go with Oakland. I think they get it back. Let's not go with Oakland. Matter of fact, I can't give them that respect. They don't deserve it.
So hold on, who
Uh,
do you have so far? So you have Chiefs at 1, Bills at 2, Arizona at 3, and who'd you have it for just now?
Dolphins.
The Dolphins at 4. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Oh
Dolphins
well,
at three.
no, you had
Dolphins four.
okay, and then the Eagles you had. So that's your 5.
Yeah, that's my five. Let's stop there. Yeah, thank
Okay.
God, because it starts getting into some ugly football after that.
Oh
That
man,
that
that's
dude with the
interesting.
beard hit us with your top five.
I I just got to touch. I'm not as high on Miami. To hear you even got them in the top 5 is astonishing to me. Um, it's yeah, yeah. Number one, without a shadow of a doubt, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. Pretty much for all the reasons you said. I mean, I just really think they're unstoppable. Really, the only way they lose games is if they come out and decide they're going to lose this game. I don't think anybody has an answer for Pat. We've seen it so many years through and throughout. The defense in coming into week 3 already looked better than it's been in the last almost 2 years or so. So I know it's early, so we'll see what happens on that end, but we'll kind of go from there. Number 2, I actually have the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, I think that they are a top tier. Yes, number two. I think that they are a top tier caliber team. I think that they're a complete team. I don't see the Eagles losing too many games this year. I honestly don't. They're an easy division winner. Um, moving on here because I see how you're looking. He had to have a sip on that.
This is how all the fans are looking right now.
No, they're gonna be like, and everybody in Philadelphia probably got their chopped cheese standing up to me. Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
know what I'm talking. Somebody know.
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I
You're
know.
getting a
I know.
you're getting a free Philly cheesesteak for that one. I guarantee it.
Look, Philly, I ride with y'all. Well, ain't no doubt about it. Number three, I have the Buffalo Bills. 'Cause I'm not a fool. I can see what's going on. I see Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are lighting the league up right now. Granted, the teams they're playing, play the Titans, you put your foot on the neck. I mean, that's cool, but I mean, give respect where it's due. I give them number three spot because they kind of deserve it. So without a shadow of a doubt, I give it to them. And as of right now, the number four spot here, you want to talk about shocking. I have the New York Football Giants. They're 2-0, baby, and I think they're well on their way to 3-0. I just it's something that would you say intoxicating about these Giants. Football is back in New York, Big Blue, and I think that the train keeps rolling. And I got them locked in at number four. And then my fifth and final best team in the NFL right now, I would say I'll have to give it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady and his team are always solid out there. I know they're not 2-0 like Miami and some of the other teams out there, but I honestly believe if Miami went over to Tampa Bay, they'll get an L so early that they probably couldn't recover from. Look, we'll see. I'm sure though. Matter of fact, I'm sure that that road will get crossed sooner than later. I'm sure they
Right.
play each other at some point in time, and then we'll have an interesting take that week, and we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. But that's my top five as of right now. Here, heading into week three. After week three, it might look different. We'll see. We'll continue this trend. We'll kind of just keep talking about it. Maybe add more teams. Maybe we'll do a top 10 going on forward here, y'all. But as of right now, those are my top five teams in the NFL. If you have disagreements, let me know in the comments. Tell me where you think I'm wrong, and support your argument. Don't just tell me I'm wrong. Give me a reason. Show me some statistics. Show me some facts. 'Cause like I said, if you're picking some bum team that's wishy wash, I'm gonna let you know about it. This is when you'll earn your opportunity for a shout out because I will let the world know how crazy you are. Mr. KC, do you have anything to add on top of what we've been covering here? Any questions
Yeah,
or
I just want to say we if y'all folks didn't come for boldness, I don't know why you're here. 'Cause I think we both got a little extra bold on those top fives. I thought I might have been reaching a little bit, and next thing I know, I'm reaching the ones in New York. You know what I mean? Like,
hey
ooh,
man,
loaded.
I'm
That
trying to
was
tell you.
not the top five I was expecting you to come out with.
Look, man, sometimes, the truth is stranger than fiction. So it looks a little funny hearing it now, hearing it first here. But like I said, heading into week three, we're going to see all of these teams are winners. I think all these teams that I have in the top five will win again this weekend.
Oof, oof. Could be. It's
Could
going to be
be.
some exciting football, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure, without a shadow of a doubt here. We got a lot of exciting games here, and we're just glad that y'all are tuning in with us here, hearing our take on it. And like I said, you guys have an opportunity to be a part of this. Like and subscribe, leave comments here. If your comment is good enough, you want to move into a segment, we have opportunities for that. So just keep rolling with us. We're gonna keep growing this thing. We're gonna keep moving, and we're gonna keep it grooving. That's what I'm saying, Mr.
Exactly.
KC. Anything else you want to add on top of that for the folks here?
Yeah, I'm just going to touch on it like you did. Thanks everybody that's came and liked and supported. I do want to give a big shout out to the Chiefs Concern Facebook page. They've been huge supporters of us, and we really appreciate everything they've done for us and taking the time to help us out and stuff like that. And we're always looking for opportunities to grow, and they're a great place to go and look and see some Chiefs news or just some general football news. When you're in between listening to the podcast, and you want to check out something on Facebook, I recommend giving them a look. And
Yes, sir.
if you fans have another great place to check out, please let us know. We'll be excited to see them. And again, we're just thankful for all the support.
Yes, sir. He couldn't have said it better. Once again, I'm that dude with the beard. He's Mr. KC from the 813. This was Bold Predictions Podcast, episode number 4. We appreciate you rocking with us, and we'll see you again for number 5.
Yes, sir.
You either be bold with your predictions or don't say nothing at all. Let's talk some football.